Right then, I'm now here for my Darren Till versus Luke Rockhold full card predictions and breakdowns. Now let's get right into it, starting with Chase Demore versus Nathan Markin. Um, Chase Demore isn't great, but he is the Misfits heavyweight champion somehow. It shows how weak that division is in Misfits heavyweight wise. Nathan Markin's got a little bit of an MMA background. He's done some MMA here and there, had the few MMA fights. Never fought in influencer boxing before, though, as far as I'm aware of. Um, Surely he's got to be able to beat Chase Demore. Chase Demore's probably going to win. I'm just going to pick him. You can't even really break the fight down. I can't break down Chase Demore style. He'll probably beat Markin due to more experience fighting and influencer boxing, really. There's not really loads to say, but I'm just going to go with Chase Demore. Next up, then, we go to Ferrari versus Raheem Pardesi. I'm going to be going with Raheem Pardesi. He seems to have a little bit about him. He's had the off fight. He seems to keep his shots a lot tighter than what Ferrari does. Ferrari just swings haymakers. I don't know if Pardesi is skilled enough to definitely catch him down the middle with something. I reckon Pardesi can win. I'm going to go with points. Ferrari just swings haymakers, and I reckon Pardesi's got enough about him to be able to land cleaner shots and just be able to be that bit more convincing by throwing properly. And Ferrari's just going to be throwing haymakers, and he's a very dirty fighter. Could get a point deduction here and there. Ferrari as well. Yeah, Pardesi would probably just get the win due to just being the better boxer. Ferrari's going to be he's going to gas himself out again probably. Pardesi's nowhere near on that level that Soul Happy is, but I'd backhand most people to beat Ferrari, to be honest, especially after that last performance from him. So I'm going to go with Pardesi on points. That's what I'm going to say. Anyway, then we go to Joey Essex versus Numero. Joey Essex fighting on Misfits Boxing. I'm going to go with Joey Essex. He's been trained with Tony Sims, so I'll go with him. Tony Sims is a very good trainer, very good coach. He's been around guys like Conor Ben and that. So I'm going to say Joey Essex. I saw one of Numero's fights that he had as well. Let's be honest here, it wasn't great. I doubt Joey Essex will be great. I doubt Joey Essex will be anything special. But surely someone like him is going to be good enough to be able to beat Numero. Someone who's been trained by Tony Sims can surely be better than Numero. So I'm going to go with Joey Essex. I'm going to say Joey Essex wins on points. One thing about Numero is in his fight that I did see is that he is pretty tough, to be honest. He can take a good shot. He can take a bit of a beating. I reckon Joey Essex will win. I reckon he'll tie you, though, at some point as well. So I reckon he'll drop her like the last round or something, but I reckon Joey Essex will win. Just that. I just reckon I have that bit more grit than Numero, bite down on the gum shield a bit more, be able to land the better shots, outwork him. But I doubt it's going to be great to watch. That's all I'm going to say as well. I doubt it's going to be a great fight to watch. Okay, this one's interesting. Ty Mitchell versus Sean Hempel. I'm going with Hempel to beat Ty Mitchell. Look, there's all the influencer guys who only really watch Misfits are going to be going with Ty Mitchell. But the fact is about Sean Hempel is that he fought William Skull 2 fights before he fought Canelo. Sean Hempel fought William Skull in the fight before William Skull fought Vladimir Shishkin for the IBF title. Then after that, William Skull fought Canelo. So it's like, he's operated at a good level, Sean Hempel, beating Mark Jeffers as well in his most recent one. That was a very good performance from him. He's got that experience at a much higher level than Ty Mitchell. Ty Mitchell, I think, leaves himself open a lot when he throws his hooks. I think Hempel's pretty clean with his shots. He's good. I think, he's patient. Got a good shot selection as well, Sean Hempel. I'm definitely going to be backing him to win. I'm going to say Sean Hempel will win. I'm gonna say a late stoppage. No, I don't. How many rounds? There 8 or something like that. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say mid rounds. I'm gonna say 4 or 5 rounds. Hempel gets Ty Mitchell out of there. He likes to take his time, Hempel, but I see him getting Ty Mitchell out of there. He's so overrated by all these influencer guys. Sean Hempel's a real proper boxer who is game. He really is. He's good. He's operated at a good level. And yeah, he's got a nice, good flow in his shots. Mitchell can be pretty wild. Mitchell likes to showboat a bit as well. He's not going to get away with mistakes that he's made against, getting clipped a bit by Idris Virgo here and there. I know Mitchell dominated the fight, but he was getting clipped quite a bit at times. He's not going to get away with mistakes against Sean Hempel. He's going to get punished for it. So, I'm going to say that Sean Hempel wins mid-round stoppage. Let's be real. Look at who Hempel's been in there with. He's operated at a good level. And he fought William Scott in 2024 as well. So, yeah, I think people saying Ty Mitchell will win this fight are pretty delusional, to be honest. Yeah. Anyway, next up then, we go to Dylan Dennis fighting Warren Spencer in this fits first MMA fight, an MMA fight in the ring. Could be a shambles, but yeah, let's be real. Dylan Dennis should win. Um, he's an MMA fighter at the end of the day. Warren Spencer hasn't fought in MMA. You know, Warren Spencer could catch him on the feet. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. But let's be real. Dylan Dennis will win. Dylan Dennis, the moment he takes him down, should get him out of there. I think Dylan Dennis should be able to beat him in the first round. He should be levels above him. Dylan Dennis always goes on about how great his jiu-jitsu is and how high level it is. I mean, again, that is his craft at the end of the day. So he should be able to win this easily, and I reckon he will. So I'm going to say Dylan Dennis wins in the first round. Fair play to Warren Spencer for taking the fight, fighting Dylan Dennis and MMA. So, respect to him for that, but he's not going to win. Dylan Dennis is easily going to win this here. First round submission, Dylan Dennis. Okay, then we go to El Kukui versus Salt Pappy. Yeah, I really want Tony to win, but I'm going to be going with Salt Pappy. I'm going to be going with Salt Pappy. I think the youth will win it, and I feel like he's going to be quicker than Tony in there as well. Tony can win. I made a video on it the other day saying that Tony can win this fight. He most definitely can. He can make it messy. And again, I think Salt Pappy is overrated in the influencer space. He likes to rush in quite a lot and doesn't really like it when it does get messy. He doesn't really cut off the ring well, but he's good with counter. Salt Pappy. He's good with speed. So I feel like he'll just be able to put the cleaner boxing in than what Tony will. I reckon Salt Pappy's going to win this on points. I reckon he could struggle a little bit early on. To be honest, with Tony's going to come out wanting to push the pace, definitely. So he could be going in a bit wild here and there. Tony pretty unorthodox, and that might be something that Salt Pappy might need to have a bit of time to be able to get used to. But yeah, I think Sol Pappy's going to win. I'm going to say points. It could be. No, I'm going to say points. I think Tony will be able to. His chin will be able to hold up. He's very durable. He is unorthodox. I feel like he can make it uncomfortable for Salt Pappy here and there. But I think Salt Pappy's going to be able to put in the cleaner work. I feel like Salt Pappy could be catching Tony on the end of some real good counter shots and be able to outpoint him here. Again, I really want to see Tony win, but it's not going to happen. He's 41. It's difficult to pick up a new craft at that age as well. And Salt Pappy is going to be much more agile than what Tony is. It's going to be sad to see Tony lose to an influencer, but yeah, I feel like Salt Pappy's going to be able to beat him. I think Salt Pappy's going to win, but there we go. Points decision. I'm going for Salt Pappy. Anyway, then we get to our main event, Darren Till versus Luke Rockhold. I'm going with Darren Till to win this. I think with Darren Till, it's hard to judge him off that Anthony Taylor fight because of the size difference, which is ridiculous. Luke Rockhold, boxing wise, the only thing I can look at and really base him off is the bare knuckle fight with Mike Perry. That's the only thing I can really base him off. And to be honest, Luke Rockhold in that first round against Perry was tagging quite a bit and was actually good. It was a real confusing stoppage in that fight, actually. But both guys are going to come out of southpaws, which is interesting. Could be a bit of a battle with the elite hand. I feel like this is going to be a technical fight. I don't see Luke Rockhold coming in and wanting to make it messy. I think Luke Rockhold, when he fought Mike Perry, he did look like, he was looking to box there, and Mike Perry was looking to come towards him and use that typical brawling BKFC style. So I feel like, bare knuckle style, but I feel like Luke Rockhold's more of a boxer than he is like a bare knuckle fighter. So this would probably fare a bit better for him. But I think it's going to be difficult for Luke Rockhold. You know, looking at the Darren Stewart fight for Darren Till, he struggled, but dropped the guy twice, was able to outwork him, and was the much better boxer in there on the night. Um, yeah, look, I think Darren Till will be able to win this. Luke Rockhold's a real tough guy. I think Darren Till's going to be able to stop him. I'm going to say early to mid rounds, Darren Till is able to stop Luke Rockhold. Rockhold can get success, though, definitely. But I see Darren Till being able to stop him. I feel like it's going to be difficult for Luke Rockhold to get away from that left hand, and I don't think that Luke Rockhold has the head movement, to be honest, to be able to keep away from Darren Till. Darren Till, you know, is gonna show he's a different level boxer compared to these MMA guys, and I feel like that's what he's shown so far, and I feel like he will be able to show that to Luke Rockhold. But Darren Till's got quite a bit about him. Luke Rockhold, I think, is definitely a good dance partner for Darren Till. But again, styles make fights. Rockhold could beat Stewart, but as I said, styles make fights, and I feel like this is one where Darren Till's going to be able to come forward. He's not going to be backed up. Darren Till's definitely going to be able to take the front foot this time. So, and I feel like that's going to make it much easier for him, because I don't think Darren Till really likes fighting backwards, but I don't see him having to fight backwards here. But yeah, that's my prediction. I'm going to be going with Darren Till, early to mid rounds stoppage. Anyway, they are all my predictions. Thank you all for watching.